Enel is considered one of the characters that got an open ending, and maybe his greatest writing came after his defeat by Luffy. What happened to Enel after his defeat? And how is Oda preparing for his return as the ruler of light after becoming the real Moon King? Let's talk a little bit in this video about Enel and his future in the story. Like and subscribe, and let's start. Enel is considered a resident of the island of Burka, an island located in the far southeast of Skypiea. It didn't really appear in the story, but indirectly. The strange thing is that Enel destroyed the island where he was born 8 years ago, then went to Skypiea and established himself as a ruler or god over it. It's difficult to explain everything related to the story of Enel and the species that live in the sky, so I want to focus on Enel's character and not on those details. What stands out is that Enel is a crazy character. He has a strange desire to be a god, not just a ruler, but a god who punishes, judges, and kills whoever he wants. His biggest goal was to go to the moon, a place he claimed to be the home of the gods, and everything he did in the Sky Island was preparation for that old dream. Then, you know the story, a long and great adventure started after the arrival of Luffy and the rest, until Enel was finally defeated. One of the things I think about, and Oda didn't reveal, is how Enel's personality was formed. That is, if he was an ordinary sky person like others, why did he have these different dreams? Where did this harsh knowledge and unprecedented arrogance come from? Is it all because he got the power of lightning? Honestly, we don't know the answers. What's strange about Enel's writing is that he's a completely separate character from the rest of the story. All the enemies Luffy faced have some sort of connection with other characters in the story. But Enel is completely disconnected from the One Piece world we know. It seems like his appearance was just filler that didn't affect the main story. The world government doesn't know about Enel. The Navy knows nothing about him. The pirates of the seas and the Yonkos have never heard of him, and he knows nothing about them. He lives in a completely different world. Despite that, he wasn't a common character but one of the most important villains who ever challenged Luffy. If I wanted to explain to you all the deep details that were mentioned in Skypiea, you'd be shocked at how full this arc is with details and information. You'd clearly see how much effort Oda put into writing this arc. Of course, he didn't put all this effort just to throw this adventure away and make it meaningless to the main story, right? After Enel's defeat, and it's known that Luffy's defeats of enemies usually mean the end of their ambitions and evil dreams, in episode 300, Enel appears after his ship Maxim is defeated and successfully heads toward the place of his moon dreams, or as he calls it, the world of gods. Is what happened to Enel really a defeat like the rest of the characters? I don't think so. After that, Enel's journey to the moon was shown. That is, he succeeded in reaching the place of his dreams. Now, let us follow Enel's journey to the moon. When he got there, the place wasn't as he imagined. It was a large and empty world. Then a volcano erupted, and upon examining it, he found a small creature drowning in lava. Enel didn't hesitate to pull him out before fully understanding what was going on. We later find out that this creature is called the First Observer, Spacey, or Specky, however you pronounce it. He and his companions were fighting space pirates. One of those pirates attacks Spacey again and also tries to attack Enel, but Enel defeats him easily. Enel hears an explosion and realizes that the space pirates are messing with his ship, Maxim. He heads toward them and defeats them all. Spacey believes Enel saved them and thanks him, but Enel responds by electrocuting all of them. Enel wanted to explore the hole created by the space pirates, and after going down into it and entering the cave, he found a whole city buried under the moon. This city was full of machines. Enel decided to attack them all first, then think about the next step. But surprisingly, Enel's electricity acted as the fuel that powered these machines and brought them back to life. We learn that Spacey and his companions are also robots, but they are different from the robots found under the surface of the moon. Spacey and his group don't have wings. In fact, Spacey and his group were created by a scientist on Earth named Tsukimi. He loved to watch the moon, and one day, while observing it with his telescope, an explosion on the moon caused him to choke and die. The robots then swore revenge on whoever caused their creator's death. As for the flying robots found in the buried city, after thanking Enel, Enel examined the wall drawings and understood that an ancient winged civilization once lived on the moon. They were the ones who created these machines, and their city was called Burka, the same name as Enel's birthplace. That's not a coincidence. One day, the moon's resources were exhausted, so the inhabitants decided to leave and look for new ones. After reading this, Enel realized he had a lot of land and loyal followers, so he established a new empire on the moon, and that's where Enel's story ended. Now tell me, do you really think Oda wrote such a strange and unique story just to forget about it? What happened in Enel's story didn't happen anywhere else in One Piece. We never left Earth except during Enel's arc. We never saw an advanced civilization with such intelligent machines except here. I'm not here to analyze all of that, but just to inform you about the important events in Enel's story. What is this winged civilization that lived on the moon? Are they the Lunarians, King's race? That's very likely. Does this advanced civilization connect with the ancient kingdom? And what about the old man Tsukimi? How did he manage to build robots of such quality? Now that Enel has built an empire on the moon, will he just live there until the end of One Piece? That would be a bit boring. As I said at the beginning, he has a crazy ambition to rule over all creatures. He believes he deserves that position, and no one else. That's why it's impossible for him to follow anyone's advice, no matter who it is. If he returns to the story and comes back to Earth, it would be as an independent major player. He won't be on Luffy's side, they completely contradict in principle. And it would be a strange encounter. Luffy is a ruler who wants to remain human, and Enel is a human who wants to become a god. He won't join the Revolutionary Army either because they aim to destroy the class system in the world, and that's the opposite of what Enel believes. He is both ruler and servant in his own eyes. He'll view the world government as a rival for world domination, and that's why he'll seek to overthrow it. And finally, I don't think any of you believe that Enel will return with the same power level that Luffy can easily defeat. If he does return, what would be the reason? Any strong character who knows how to use Haki can easily beat him. The correct return would be with him possessing all three types of Haki and ruling a great empire. Some may believe there's no room left in the story for Enel's return, and that's fair. In general, let me know your opinions on this topic. And here we reach the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you later!